Leanne Holland, you have 3 minutes.
Hello, members of the board and the community. I'm Leanne Holland, co-leader of Thrive Conejo, and I want to tell you a story. Cameron Caskey is one of the leaders of Never Again and March for Our Lives, the student-led movement that has caused a seismic shift in our national debate on gun control and school safety. What some may not know about Cameron is that during the horrible tragedy that occurred at Marjory Stoneman Douglas on February the 14th, he was sheltering with his younger brother Holden, who is autistic. They were in a classroom with about 20 developmentally disabled students. Now, none of Holden's classmates were injured or lost in that attack, but one of the scariest moments for him was when the police arrived. It was Cameron who told the first responders that most of the students were autistic and could not obey the officer's commands, preventing further tragedy in a very tense moment. Over the weekend, our community experienced gun violence in a public place, leading sadly to the loss of life. And just this morning, we all heard the news of yet another school shooting in Great Mills, Maryland. Our hearts go out to the victims and their families, but we as a community need to take action. We are grateful that the district is actively working to improve school safety and interventions in CVUSD. We ask that the needs of students with disabilities be included in the planning and implementation of any new school safety measures. Since the Parkland, Florida shooting, there has been a lot of debate in the online disability community about school preparedness and special education students in active shooter scenarios. A comprehensive article was just published by The Mighty, and here are the key takeaways. First, most schools around the country are woefully unprepared when it comes to the safety of students with disabilities in active shooter situations. One way to address this shortcoming is to include people with disabilities and special education teachers in planning for emergencies at school sites. Second, all first responders should know where students with disabilities might be sheltering before they enter a school site and be aware that they might be unable to comply with the commands. Finally, a tool developed by parents and special education experts is the IELP, or the Individual Emergency Lockdown Plan. This can be part of a student's IEP and can help students acquire appropriate emergency skills by practicing outside of the chaos of emergency drills. The mantra of Thrive Conejo is that inclusion is the solution. We ask that the district keep this ideal in mind as you develop new safety protocols and plans for active shooter situations. We all want our kids to come home safe if the unthinkable happens. Thank you for listening.